You ever wonder what it'd be like to get a message from someone who lived 1,000 years ago? I'm not talking about some dusty relic in a museum, but their actual thoughts, their life's work, sent directly to you across time? Well, it sounds like sci-fi, but thanks to the huge digital library of the Internet Archive, it's something we can actually do. So let's just dive right in.
So get this. This book was written around the year 1000. And right now, anyone with an internet connection can read it. Just let that sink in for a second. It's like a message in a bottle that was tossed into the ocean a millennium ago, and it's just now washed up on our digital shore. So the big questions are, who sent it, and what does it say?
The author's name was Biruni, a scholar from Central Asia. But you know what? Instead of me just telling you about him, let's let the man introduce himself. I think hearing his own words, written over 1,000 years ago, is probably the best way to really get inside the mind that created this incredible work.
He comes right out of the gate with this powerful statement. Now, this isn't arrogance. It's this deep, profound belief in the power of knowledge. For Biruni, what you're really worth as a person comes down to what you understand. It kind of sets the stage for a book that's built on just pure intellectual confidence. But that's only half the story. And then he gives us this. He immediately balances all that confidence with this incredible humility. He's basically saying, look, I've done my absolute best here, but if you know more than me, please correct me. Now that combination is what's so fascinating. Having the confidence to present your life's work, but the humility to accept it might not be perfect. I mean, that is the true mark of a scholar, right there.
Okay, so we've kind of met the man. What about the book itself? What did he pour all this intellect and humility into? He called it the vestiges of the past. Today we know it as the chronology of ancient nations. So let's take a look at what he was trying to do, because it was ambitious, to say the least.
The ambition here is just staggering. Biruni wasn't just writing down the history of his own people. No, he was trying to understand and weave together the entire timeline of humanity as he knew it. He was comparing the calendars, the festivals, the kings, the religious customs of Persians, Jews, Christians, and so many others. It's like he was trying to forge a universal key that could unlock all of history.
And he was totally upfront about why he was doing it. In his conclusion, he just lays out his goals. He wanted to train the minds of his students. He wanted to clear up where humanity came from and sort out the really messy timelines of history. And he had a very specific goal for his time. He wanted to correct what he saw as misunderstandings that other faiths had about their own histories. So this was never just a book. It was designed as a tool for education.
So how did he do it? I mean, how did he even begin to tackle such a massive project? Well, we can't cover the whole book right now. We can get a quick glimpse into his methods, and you might be pretty surprised by the scientific precision he brought to the study of history.
Now, don't worry, there's not going to be a math quiz. We are not going to solve this, but just look at it. This one diagram tells you everything you need to know. Biruni's work wasn't just him repeating old stories. It was all built on a foundation of deep, serious scientific knowledge. He was using complex astronomy and math to understand and compare different calendars, celestial events, and the very structure of time itself.
And this table here just gives us some really crucial context. The book was dedicated to a prince who was his patron around the year 1000, and really importantly, the only reason we can read it today is because of a translator, Edward Sockshow, who brought it into English way back in 1879. It's just a great reminder that knowledge doesn't just travel through time on its own. It gets passed along through the hard work of countless other scholars.
So what do we do with this 1,000-year-old message? It's really easy to just see it as a historical artifact, right? Something to admire from a distance, behind glass. But I don't think that's what Biruni wanted. I think he intended it as something more. He intended it as an invitation.
This is one of the very last lines in his book, and it is so powerful. He's not just finishing his work, he's issuing a challenge. He's basically saying, okay, I've laid out all the evidence. I have presented my proof. Now it's up to you to live your life based on the strength of what you've learned and what you can prove for yourself.
He did his part. He gathered the knowledge, he did the math, he wrote it all down, and he sent it off into the future. Well, that message has arrived 1,000 years later right here on our screens. So the only question left is the one he leaves for us. A scholar from the year 1000 presented his proof. What will we do with it?